So, welcome to Strode College. My name is Martin Greenwood, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about the English Language and Literature A-level course and what you might expect. So, this course is a very wide-ranging course with its study of prose and drama and poetry, its study of spoken and written language in various forms from the past 400 years, and its creative writing elements as well. It suits students who enjoy or enjoyed both of their English GCSEs, enjoy reading and writing outside of the classroom, and who want to develop their analytical reading and imaginative writing skills. As you can see from this slide, on this course we closely study the work of great novelists, poets and playwrights like F. Scott Fitzgerald, Carol Ann Duffy and Tennessee Williams, and consider how novels actually work as narrative constructions, how poetry functions as its own very special form of language, and how language operates in a drama as a component part of a staged performance with a live audience. You will consider how these great works reflect and are shaped by the times they were written, and you will learn how different interpretations of them can sit alongside each other as reflections of the audience and their own backgrounds and influences. You will also look at a whole anthology of fantastic texts that covers a range of genres: satires, diaries, personal letters, interviews, obituaries, speeches, blogs, and many more, and consider how language is this dynamic force with the power to entertain, energize, persuade, move, and convey the lived experience of others. And on top of this, you will develop your own imaginative writing, experimenting with structures and perspectives, literary features and styles, learning from the greats, and finding your own voice and your own narrative based upon the outline of a plot. And you will also commentate on your own work and reflect on the aspects of narrative you selected, becoming the reader and analysing yourself, the writer. So there are 3 exams on this course and 2 pieces of coursework. This slide gives you a brief summary of this. Unit 1 then is the non-fiction anthology, and having studied the anthology of non-fiction texts, with texts ranging from political speeches, interviews and obituaries to written texts such as diary entries, satires and blogs, in the exam one of these texts is selected and you need to compare it to an unseen text on a similar theme, considering the language use in different contexts. For Unit 2, the drama and poetry, having studied Tennessee Williams' A Streetcar Named Desire and Carol Ann Duffy's Rapture, in the exam you have 1 question on the drama text where you respond to a thematic question on a random scene from the play, whilst for the poetry you do an analysis of a randomly selected poem from those which you have studied. For Unit 3, which is called Reading as a Writer, Writing as a Reader, you will have studied Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby, and in the exam you are asked to focus on and explore an aspect of narrative, such as character, structure or perspective, and then write about it with reference to the context. And then, having studied and practiced aspects of narrative in your own writing throughout the course, you will also write a short narrative based on a choice of 2 plot lines, deciding upon the structure, the narrative, perspective, etc. And then you write a short analytical commentary explaining your choices. As for the coursework, there are 2 pieces of coursework: a comparative essay and then a non-fiction piece with commentary. For the comparative essay, you have to choose at least 1 text from a prescribed list of 12, which are listed on the website, and compare it to another text, either also on the list or a text of your own choosing. And you devise a question that compares an aspect of narrative. For your non-fiction piece, you write in a specific non-fiction genre, e.g. you could choose an opinion piece, a travel blog, a satire, something like that. And then you make it authentic by recognising and following the conventions of the genre. Now, in doing this course, you start to become expert in the field of language, understanding how it works on a technical level, but also becoming more sensitive to the psychology of language and how we consciously and subconsciously decide to use it. And I've listed some of the skills and abilities that you will get from doing this particular course. And the course itself is useful for so many careers which rely on excellent written and spoken communication, and language experts such as yourself will be able to use and understand language more effectively as a result of studying this course. So for the summer work, you will need to read The Great Gatsby in full. There's a recommended edition on the following slide, but if you don't want to buy it in advance, you can use this online version. I've copied the web link there. And having read the novel, you need to complete a 500-word piece of creative writing, taking any part of the narrative, any part of the story, and retelling it from Gatsby's perspective. This will need to be accompanied by a 200-word commentary explaining your choices and the techniques you used. What I've listed underneath there are just a series of things that you can do as enrichment or get ahead on this particular course. So in terms of the choice of text, the Wordsworth Classics Great Gatsby is the one that you'll have in the exam, so it's well worth having a copy of that as a touch point. But in addition to that, it's well worth buying an advanced study guide of the actual text, or you could buy a critical edition of it as well. So I'm very confident that you will love this course and the text that we study, and you'll enjoy the opportunity to grow and develop as a creative writer too. If you have any questions at all, do please feel free to email me at my web address, at my email address there, mgreenwood@windsor-forest.ac.uk, and I look forward to seeing you in September.